Welcome to Distracted Pod. Out of all the YouTube shows out there, it's one of them.
Welcome to Distracted Pod Episode 1.
Our first guest is Jennifer Garner. Just kidding, it's Claire. Alright, Episode 1 of Distracted Pod. So I'm just going to kick this right off. Claire, you're a communist, right?
Boom. Roasted.
Yep, 100%.
So, I was thinking, a weird question to ask, but, you know, Freaky Friday. You guys familiar with the concept?
Oh yeah, I love Freaky Friday. Lindsay Lohan, what's her name?
Jamie Lee
Fortune
Curtis.
cookies?
A 20-minute video essay on how Freaky Friday is full of Shakespeare.
It
Anyway.
is.
Anyway, we are also familiar with the concept of internet idiots, right?
You're talking about me?
Vaguely
No,
familiar.
you're not an internet idiot yet.
Nope.
Um,
Not yet.
Here we are.
but the
Making
Paul
it happen.
Brothers, it's a clickbait sort of title. We're starting this first episode off. So, if you guys could Freaky Friday with one of the Paul Brothers for 24 hours, what would you do? What would you do
What is,
with
like,
the
Logan
amount of
doing?
resources they had, the amount of privilege?
For a day?
Yes, for a day.
Oh man, I
Just
feel like
a
I couldn't
separate-
get only another one and the. Like, are there two?
Yeah,
like,
there's
I'm
two.
nowhere. Okay, there's Logan and
Jake.
there. Man, I don't know what I would do. It's
I
crazy.
know this. It's easy. I would switch with Jake because he has the new Lamborghini Performante. And
That that is sad.
love that car.
And he's not just renting it for a video.
No, it's like the light blue Lamborghini Performante, and it's so cool. If you understand.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Is that
I'm like-
all you'd do for 24 hours? You wouldn't eat?
I'd probably
What?
just.
It would be the ultimate cheat day because you could look like a fit internet celebrity.
I really don't
Well,
care.
I mean,
because-
people would hate you though.
Yeah.
So, if I was gonna be one of the Paul brothers, I don't know, I'd probably do whatever dudes do who have a lot of privilege and money. Probably go eat food and
That's
publicly.
the number one effect of privilege on America today.
They go eat food.
Well, I mean,
White straight men these days are always eating food, and it's really affecting minorities.
No, I'd go give a bunch of money to a bunch of charities, and
Use those resources.
I think I would. They
Buy a
would
new
be
house.
sad
They would.
after that day. Their lives would change if they had to Freaky Friday with me, especially. They'd be like,
Probably.
oh my god, this is horrible.
Mhm.
I'm a woman. Say it ain't so. To do. I feel like that's an important thing to establish. How would we Freaky Friday?
I forgot about the whole part of the Freaky Friday mythos. I would just like switch bodies and stuff. I
Oh.
didn't know the fortune cookie thing. Explain
no,
it.
no.
We have to go up
Oh.
to them, and we gotta do a secret handshake that only the three. It goes like this,
Well, in Freaky Friday,
and you go like that, and
with who?
That,
Wait, with them?
and then you do that. No, you do that, and then you switch.
No! God, please, no! No!
That's what,
Well, we could do the Vulcan mind meld and then just be in the same.
Or-
Solo: A Star Wars Story premieres on May 22nd in theaters.
go watch it. We'll be there. Just kidding.
So,
No, we won't.
second anthology.
Not in
Star Wars
every
spin-off
showing.
series.
We won't.
Anyway, what I would do with the ability to switch bodies is I would do with the resources of Logan Paul would most likely be a sincere apology for like
I was gonna say that, but that
not
sounds
just for
douchey.
offending people. I would legitimately say my methods for my career were wrong.
You talking about the suicide thing?
No, but it's more.
Everything
it's more
he's
than
done
that.
is
Like
horrible.
his methodology of
Yeah.
I'm going to use every day of my life to protect myself, make a personal brand. Which I mean, it's not that in itself isn't bad. I mean, you're trying to like be creative and stuff like that. I respect that, but he makes so much of it about himself, and he exploits other people. And
Well,
Have either of you read Ready
you
Player
can't
One?
grow
Yes, I've read
character.
that.
You literally
in a
remind me
day.
of Artemis. Both of us are like Wade, and we're both like, I want their money, and I'm gonna do stuff, and you're over here like, I just want to apologize for it.
I would do an actual apology. I would say like, hey, everything's wrong. I don't know, somehow some way to like sign a contract, like make it so where he doesn't go back to his career.
Dude.
Something like that. I don't know
But
how you'd execute
here's
that.
the thing, though. You can't grow character in a day. A day, like, he has no character, no personality that's
No, but, like, that's what I'm saying.
Like,
Like,
you can't make him do that.
But like,
I'm gonna
cover,
explain
okay,
still
the
be
first,
asshole.
my job in the 24 hours, it would be two things. The first thing is to make it known to the internet that his ways were wrong, and like in such a way that's so detailed and personal that
you don't get his
that,
memory.
that it aligns.
Alright.
That it aligns with the criticism that people have, and it's not just him trying to cover his bases.
Okay.
And then the second thing would be to do something that would, like, actually, like, forever he cannot be
That's
all that. That would force him not to do it. I don't,
death.
how
Is
else?
I mean, what can you
If
do?
we're using the Freaky Friday, like, you have to. Like, that's the only way.
Cut on his voice box, or get like not.
Speaking of them, what do you
I mean,
think,
I guess
what do you
it's a
think about
flawed.
Jake
I guess it's a flawed plan in the
It's
first
super
place
flawed.
because character.
Yeah.
Like it has to be a.
You can't change him, and you can't stop him from being ignorant. The only way you can do that was with
But I mean that
education.
that had to my reasons had to be my own spin on it because I don't want to have his life, so I wasn't gonna be like, I
Yeah.
want to go to the mountains and drive some sports cars and.
I mean, I would for
That's
the
what I would
and
do.
Freaky Friday lasts more than a day. I wish there wasn't that limitation,
Yeah.
because then you could do some real shit.
I feel like just in general, the concept of Freaky Fridaying would be terrifying and really just.
It reminds me of, not really, but it's kind of like that new movie that's coming out. It's
Oh yeah, the where he
9 Lives when Kevin Spacey is
No.
a cat.
No, they
Ooh,
wake
too
up
soon.
they
As-
they wake up as a different person.
different person every day, and she falls in love.
But
with
they fall
Guy,
in love
girl,
with the same
sentient.
girl.
I think
Yeah.
it's a really good.
It's a cool
really-
concept.
it's incredible.
Being in a different person's body would just totally weird me out. Like the thing we watched in English class, this is personal anecdotes that, whatever.
Do it.
Of the school teacher who basically does this experiment on her class. They're all white. They don't know what it's like to be discriminated against. And so she said, like, okay, blue-eyed people.
Oh, yeah.
Well, one day she says blue-eyed people are superior, and like she basically spreads lies about how brown-eyed people are inferior. And so it has all these laws set up in the classroom. Long story short.
Yeah,
and then,
blue-eyed people.
and it makes it so like that blue-eyed people on one day experience that, and then the brown-eyed people, like they switch it day after day.
Yeah.
It's for like a week or something like that. To basically illustrate what it's like to be discriminated against, and with that experience going into a woman's body and like just going out in public and seeing how different people view you
that would
differently.
be certainly interesting.
Or maybe like.
If you free
Or maybe like a job
everybody would
interview.
ignore you.
But like a job interview where it's like you're like a woman like is scheduled to do something professional to like get a job that's career focused,
Yeah.
and like if she faces any discrimination, something like that.
Well,
Where like I
mean,
can actually feel that instead of just being like, oh yeah, I get it. Like women get treated badly.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, yeah, that would obviously be like a thing, but I mean, to go to like such great lengths is kind of weird. Like, I don't think I would if I was in a
Yeah,
man's
I
body. I don't
wouldn't.
think I would like.
If the technology was like existent to where you could switch consciousness, I probably wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't either.
But
I
like,
would totally do it.
I don't think I would.
Which
I
begs the
think-
question: space. Would you guys go to space? Because I think about this all the time about how I really like space and it's super cool and I love everything about space. It's just I never want to go there or be in it, and I never would want to because it's scary. Man.
What do you mean go to? You mean
like be an astronaut?
you mean, like, go
and
to
get up in
Mars,
space?
go to, like, You mean go to like?
I've sort of just accepted that it's never going to be as cool as the way Star Wars depicts it.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up,
Everything I've seen of space, the way it actually is, it's just boring. It's just like
series of burns to get us below the station. Here we are crossing the coast of Peru, just south of Lima, and
Like my entire like hopefulness of space is based around, oh, we're gonna have this cool planet with Ewoks.
Yeah. Well, that's
But
Northern
that's
California.
not
And that's
It's the redwood forest.
gravity.
What would you want to do in space?
I don't know. I don't want to go. Like, I don't want to go to the bottom of the ocean either. Just
The only
'cause,
thing
like,
I
I'm
would-
better off not knowing.
The only thing I would want to do in space is I mean, I've always wanted to do this, but I don't want to actually have to go to space to do it. I want to experience anti-gravity.
Yeah.
Somehow. That
Well,
would
that's
be
not
cool.
hard.
No, it's not. But
Yeah,
I want to
so-
experience anti-gravity. It's cool. It seems like a cool concept, and you can do a lot of stuff. Like, cool stuff in anti-gravity. I don't know. It's kind of cool.
Would it cause vomiting?
I think that might be something.
Nausea's probably a thing.
As you can see, we are professional podcast people because we all have our drinks that we take sips of periodically. Just like every other podcast that you ever see, except they have coffee.
Professionalism.
So they have coffee, but we're
The
teenagers,
only
so
time-
we can't drink coffee because it'll stunt our growth.
I've just heard podcasters that drink whiskey. That's the only thing I've
Really?
ever heard mention of it.
You see, we're not 21, so
Yeah.
I'm pretty
Can't-
sure they know.
Can't do the whiskey.
this video is sponsored by Sprite.
Sponsored twice.
Just
We're
kidding.
cutting that out.
It's not sponsored. Sprite
Okay.
might copyright us for that.
Y'all want to talk about superpowers for a while? 'Cause
Oh,
superpowers.
Yes, please, because I
Superpowers are
love this
my
question.
jam.
I love this question.
Like,
Right.
what kind of superpower you would have, or like,
Yes.
what's your favorite
Teleportation.
superhero universe? Okay, you would
Teleportation.
teleport, but you wouldn't like to be like. What if you could teleport via other people's bodies? Wouldn't that be sick?
What is that?
Okay,
does
here's
that
what you can do with
entail?
teleportation. You know, you cross to a different side of a different location in space, and what you can do with that is teleport. If it's like a fighting situation, teleport to like just a couple feet above you, and you're falling down, and then you can punch someone in the neck or something like that.
Dude,
Okay.
But you can. There's a lot you can do with just like mobility. We can just go.
Okay, but like
and
practical
then-
application
You know
of
what we should do?
teleportation.
You know what we should do?
What would that like look like?
I would just fight people.
Hey.
Just randomly? Your life's not an action
we should,
movie.
we need to do this. We should after this is done, we'll cut this out. We need to reenact what we said we would do with our superpowers and try to see if I can make it like edit it to where it actually looks like we had that superpower for a few seconds, and then after we say in the podcast we'd have that superpower and what we do with it, it cuts to like that showing us having superpower.
So what would,
I don't think I
what would
can
yours be?
have my
I already know
superpower.
mine, but which I realize I can't do mine. But my ultimate superpower is if I could have it's within two. I'd either have super speed like the Flash, or I would be like this is really stupid, but I'd be like Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man's ability. He's my favorite superhero ever.
Yeah, that's
I
cool.
freaking love Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's got some sick abilities.
Spider-Man's like my favorite superhero.
So like practical applications, like
Yeah,
Spider-Man?
like okay, because do you
Tele-
want to do Spider-Man
teleportation?
or
Okay,
first?
teleportation.
Because I have a lot of theories on this.
instant exit from awkward situations with teleportation.
No, I'm saying
With the Flash,
okay, but
also.
like, how would would you have total control of space, or like because I just how does it work? Like,
think
that's what I'm
So
saying.
where like, is it just my body? Like, would I leave my clothes behind on accident?
Well, yeah, I mean, and
Like,
how
how
does
is-
it like? Can you like touch people like they do in like the movies,
Like,
and
when
they
they
can
bring
teleport multiple people?
Okay, so ideally,
like kind of like
Is
they
it
do-
like
kinda they do
Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler.
is it like a physical
No,
like
with
chemical
night-
thing? Like what?
the way
How
Nightcrawler
it
works, well, there's not really a scientific explanation, but it's just like
He can teleport.
anything he basically touches and he can. Whatever he wills, he'll teleport to that location. But it's not long range. It's
But
pretty
he has
short
to,
range.
He has to
Yeah,
be able, he has to be able
I know
to
Nightcrawler.
like picture.
And it's
No.
like, and it's like sort of like a power bar that's draining. Like one time,
Yeah.
I saw a cartoon where he was teleporting from an island to a mainland, and he was going like short range across an ocean, and he was like almost like dead by the time he got to
Yeah.
the other side.
Doesn't he have to be able to like?
That's what I was
Doesn't he have
thinking
to
about
like visually
powers.
be able to visually picture
Yeah.
where he's going to?
But I mean, it depends. I don't know, cause like
Because then and
I think,
No,
I think it still
he
needs
has
to be in his
visualize
general vicinity.
I think
Like,
I think it's just
in
space.
X-Men he was able to teleport into that like the president's like was it the Oval Office or something like that?
yeah, but
Yeah,
he was
the
already
Oval
he was
Office.
already infiltrating. If he was in this room, he couldn't teleport to Central Park.
Well, no,
Yeah.
probably not.
Even though he might know what it looks like.
Yeah, so that's the whole thing. I feel like with every superpower, they're
But
gonna have limits and they're gonna have
Well,
like qualifications.
But
But
it's
when-
still
but
not as
when-
many limits as a normal human.
but when Nightcrawler
True.
teleports, it looks cool.
Yes.
Because it's like this big puff of smoke.
Bam.
I'm not gonna
Um,
go into the bounce.
But here, when it comes to Flash now, you never. I have to leave like 45 minutes for.
You
my
could work for
school
Jimmy
starts.
John's.
Huh?
Why?
Where did that come out?
Again, not sponsored.
They're fresh and fast.
Oh wow.
Oh gosh,
My
that was
favorite
the
thing-
worst.
That was
My-
not even a direct quote. Come on.
My favorite thing is with the Flash is that if I wouldn't have to like leave for school so early, I could just be like, boop, I'm
Yeah,
cool.
but you'd physically exert yourself like everywhere. You
No,
would
because the
literally have to run.
No, but
it's-
like depending on how. If you ever seen the Flash TV show, like when he just like runs to work, he's not like sweating or whatever after that. He's not like tired.
It's
Doesn't
not-
he have like an
it's not
incredibly
even-
high metabolism?
Yeah,
like,
he has
all
the-
of his bodily functions.
Yeah,
are
just
Oh
like
yeah,
me.
in
fast.
Justice League, he eats like a whole box of pizza.
He has to eat like a
Ooh.
crap
We've
ton.
all-
Highlight of the movie.
We've all eaten
Well,
a box
no,
of
no,
pizza.
what I'm saying
let's
is-
be real.
No, what he's saying is like he has to eat like a ton because his metabolism is so fast,
Yeah.
and he has like super healing. Like, he heals faster. Like he doesn't have like the healing ability of like Wolverine.
So like just
That's
everything moves in a general
yeah.
fast.
So like if
pace.
he gets like he breaks his leg in the TV show, and it's healed within 2 hours.
Okay,
like,
so
it's
is
back.
it like blood flow, muscular, or is it like
it's like all the atoms in his body are moving faster than a normal human's, and so like everything in his body functions faster than
That's
him.
odd.
What,
So, like-
what is your power? What would you do?
Oh, I have no idea. Because I want a lot of powers. I
can't
can't
go
choose
with
one. I would be happy with any, pretty much. Like you could give me the worst power in the world.
Aquaman.
I said this before and I'll say it again. Aquaman sucks.
Aquaman's not actually a bad power. And
Summon
even if
water.
you could just talk to fish, imagine like the research
You
applications.
can ride dolphins.
The power to be Jason Momoa. This video is sponsored by Jason.
Okay, that's good. Okay, let's go.
Alright.
What if the power was you wake up with a new power every day?
That'd be
That'd be so
amazing. And I don't even care. It could be like the worst power in the world. I would take it. I would use it, and I would find an application for
Like
it.
basically on a scale to ability to grow to be a giant and be able to fly, that's the best it can be. The worst is every time you fart, you accidentally teleport to any location.
I would still take it. Imagine the Avengers.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, so I saw this
10 out of 10.
for those of you people who are
Those of you
super Marvel geeks, like everyone here.
We're looking at you, Richard.
The third.
Richard.
The third? We've already talked about that
It's
play.
literally just me and you that are the Marvel fanboys in this.
Oh, you're not. You don't like.
I mean, I like and know
Okay.
and
So
have them. You don't know my life.
Well, you were okay.
I
The
know
movie-
The
Marvel.
movie. I didn't think you were into all the movies though.
I have seen them all.
The MCU movies.
Yeah.
yeah, so
Oh,
it's,
well, why didn't you tell me this? Like,
I
While
didn't
ago.
really
I saw-
see
I
much.
saw
I'm not
a,
gonna go to you and be like, hey, I know Marvel. Let me tell you what.
so
Something about like
Christian, I have something for you. I found a dank meme on the internet.
right.
I found a dank meme on
good
the internet.
segue.
Today. Okay, no, seriously, it's a Marvel meme. It's a
This-
Mar-
Good reading it, but story wise.
Last week I beat up my girlfriend's dad, you guys.
That was a weird plot twist that I didn't see coming.
It was. I mean,
Great.
It was
He's
cool.
one of the best
I liked
Marvel
it.
villains.
Michael Keaton.
No, he's not the one of the.
No.
But
I
mean,
oh, no.
no, he is.
In movie.
No,
in
not
movie.
yeah, not like that. That movie's not like
Part of the
his character's not like,
I missed
incredibly
I missed
complex.
part of the joke.
Michael
Oh.
Keaton. Michael Keaton. Is
Yes, he is complex.
He's all right.
Dude, he's the underdog in the story. He's like, hey, I'm the bully who's been beat up all my life by a rich
Oh,
kid, like
as
by Tony Stark.
that's
He's
been told before.
yes, but we've
Yeah,
never seen
it's
it in the
called
context.
Whiplash.
We're seeing the consequences of the Marvel universe and how that's affected him.
We see the consequences of Marvel Universe in every Marvel
every
Universe.
movie.
Otherwise, they would have to stop making movies because people would be like, the practical implications
No,
of
but, like,
Marvel
but
Universe is
the bad
so
villain,
bad.
the bad villains in Marvel.
Dude, we saw that in
Whiplash.
Winter Soldier.
Or Iron Man.
They
2.
were all like
Whiplash.
upset about Tony Stark's the twins Quicksilver and
No, what I'm saying,
Scarlet Witch. They
what
were
I'm-
like we
what I'm
saw.
saying
We've
is
seen the
the
implication.
bad Marvel villains are normally just bad to be bad, and they're just evil.
And not to be bad for purpose.
Yeah, that's what they are. The bad ones are like that. Like the one in Ant-Man, the one in Doctor Strange. They're just
I
they're
guess.
just, they're
Yeah,
just
but
here to
then-
be
He's
evil.
the most realistic villain.
Michael Keaton's Vulture is he wants to provide for his family. He wants to
Yeah.
just do his
Alright.
business, and then Tony Stark comes and screws it all up.
That's what happens to Whiplash
And,
too.
and so he's justified, but then he just gets it gets all out of hand.
Because in Iron Man 2, you know, what Ivan's dad, you know, helped create the.
Yeah, on paper that was okay. So but they didn't really execute the backstory.
No, I don't. I think
Okay,
they should have done more backstory on how he came to know who Tony Stark.
He was a realistic character.
He was.
That much I'll say.
Justin Hammer, on the other hand, is a great villain.
I hate Justin.
He's so charming.
Dude,
And-
I wish the only thing that I don't really like about some of the characters they added later in is that I wish that Falcon actually had powers hey, I did
Telepathy with Falcons.
like he actually and I wish his bird instead of being robotic was an actual bird. I think that's cool.
You wish he was
Okay.
carried around by a falcon.
I think it's cool.
No.
We can handle a guy who learns Buddhism and learns how to bend space and time, but a guy who can talk to falcons, nah, we're just gonna
Dude,
give him.
they made
We're just gonna
Aquaman.
give him a
Specifically
drone.
falcons? That
They made-
sounds dumb.
No, they made a guy.
I mean, I'd take it.
they put a
but
guy who
don't.
can talk to fish in a movie. Okay.
Dude,
So why can't
what's
you
your
have a guy-
problem with
That's what I'm
Aquaman?
saying. Like
Aquaman sucks.
introduction in Captain America: The Winter Soldier makes sense. You know.
Yeah.
He's just an ex-military guy who bonds with Captain America because of
Yeah.
that, and he helps.
And he's
at
a
the
great
end.
actor too. He's good.
If in the middle of a spy action thriller, Captain America: The Winter Soldier, he was like, yeah, so we're both in the military. We're cool. We're friends. I'll help you with this whole Hydra thing. By the way, I can talk to birds. I think I can help in some sort of
That'd be
capacity.
a cool
there.
plot. I mean,
Or
No.
the cool thing.
It would totally clash with the tone
A
of the
cool thing
movie.
would be
It's
that
like-
I
he
mean-
didn't know he
I
could
think
talk to
that'd
birds.
be kind of funny.
That'd be kind of what would be cool is if
He
he
didn't know his whole. How would you go about talking to a bird? I guess.
because you
What
have
if
to
we can all secretly
What
talk
if
to
you could
birds and we
Freaky
just
Friday
never-
with a bird?
I would not.
we're not going.
Their
back.
intelligence level is too low for us to Freaky Friday with them. Sorry,
Is that
that's
why
not
they
how
call
freaky.
them
And also, they couldn't
bird
eat the
brains?
fortune cookie and speak the words that it takes
Yeah.
to Freaky Friday. Assuming that we're going with Lindsay Lohan fiction.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a part of that mythos. Even
So
though I mean, the concept is Freaky Friday, but it doesn't have to adhere to the rules.
That's
Or
then
maybe
what's
it-
the point of Freaky Friday if there's not going to be any rules?
I don't know.
I want my fortune cookie.
In my head, I was just thinking switching bodies with someone is a
When
Freaky
you
Friday.
gotta say that, you.
I think one thing I think about Marvel movies though is that the casting job that Marvel does is
It's really
super.
good.
You cannot think of anybody else in those roles but them. Like Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow or Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man is
I mean,
perfect.
Robert Downey Jr. is spot on.
or
Everyone's praised them.
Chris Evans is
Chris Evans
amazing
is really good too. Yeah.
I think it's cool how they put his face on some random little kid's body in the original.
Oh yeah.
That was all photoshopped. All the scenes of him being little.
It would have been better in today's technology, but it was for the time.
That wasn't that long ago.
I know we're talking about 2011 as for the time, but special effects.
I mean, but
Yeah.
special effects has come a
Like,
long way.
Tron Legacy.
Oh boy.
When they de-aged what's his name, Jeff Bridges, that was 2010, and it looked awful. It looked like a bad video game for the
But it
Wii.
was really good at
Another
the
thing,
time. We were all like,
Another way you can
I
tell.
I thought I was like, oh yeah, that's a special effect. That's weird, and I was like 9 years old then.
Hmm.
I just
Another-
I just revealed my age on camera.
Yeah. Another way that you can tell.
But what I'm saying is that by now, we can, if we wanted to de-age Jeff Bridges, it would look spot on.
Yeah, I think another way you can do another way you can tell the advancement that not cinematography but special effects or
Sponsored by
CGI is looking at Rogue One and seeing the Princess Leia at the end or Grand Moff Tarkin.
Leia
Coming
looked
back.
weird
Leia did look weird, but Grand Moff Tarkin in that movie
for the most part.
looked awesome.
Except when you saw him with, you don't even watch his movies. But
No,
whenever
so-
he was standing next to director
sponsored by
credits,
At this point, Grand Moff Tarkin was dead, and
spoil.
Carrie Fisher
People are gonna come
was
to-
old.
the actor who plays Grand Moff Tarkin.
The actor who plays Grand Moff Tarkin's dead.
Oh.
And he also died, but everybody knows that because that happened in the very
Wait.
first.
Carrie Fisher died like a week or two after Rogue released.
And
Yeah.
Carrie Fisher was old at
That
that
much I
point,
know.
so they couldn't have her in the movie. 'Cause she was old.
Why are we explaining this?
I'm sure people know, but
You nerds.
Nerds.
I hope you get that.
Huh.
In the like, if should there be a comment place? Like,
What?
stop being
No, we'll
so
disable.
nerd.
We'll disable the comment section.
Yeah, actually,
No.
yeah.
Please do not comment, but subscribing is cool. But we don't want your criticism.
If any-
Paul Ryan has really
No,
been on my
please,
nerves
no.
these days.
No. We won't get into politics. Here.
But seriously, this
I
video is
crush.
sponsored by Paul. We're not sponsoring him, so it's not political.
Yeah, it's not political.
He's just sponsoring us.
Yeah, because he likes quality content. Thanks for watching this first episode of Distracted Pod. Thanks, Claire, for coming on as our first guest. And yeah, we're trying things out. Hopefully, this will develop into something even better.
Yeah.
And
And if you have any ideas on what you'd like for us to talk about with other guests, just leave them in the comments if you want to. And what next episode we'll probably have another guest on here. Thank you for watching.
podcast equivalent of a frozen waffle.
Yup.